Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
And welcome back. Round number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on Let's Talk Hookup app on the mightier 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxer. We're live at El Cajon Ford, Broadway in Maine, in El Cajon, having a great time here with Katie and Ron from Cedros Island Fishing Charters and giving away some great prizes. Before I move on, there's a light green Subaru Forester that needs to be moved. So if you have a light green Subaru Forester, they sold a car, so they need to get it off the lot here. So
better be careful; they'll sell your
Subaru Forester. Go ahead and move it here. But great people here at El Cajon Ford, Broadway in Maine, and El Cajon again. And Katie and Ron having a good time and some darn good prizes today, right, Ricky?
Boy, you're not kidding. That doesn't even explain it. We've got so much great stuff for everybody that shows up to this live event here at El Cajon Ford. We got a pile full of goodies next to us, including a bunch of AFCO gear. I know there's Gamakatsu hooks, there's hats, there's shirts, there's fluorocarbon, jigs. It's just a great prize pack, and that's all gets raffled off during the break. In addition to that, step up to the microphone today, and you might be the winner of a brand new pair of Maui Jim sunglasses. We're giving you a gift card that's good for any non-prescription pair of Maui Jims, and you can even customize them with the My Maui feature. Also, we got the casting contest going on right now. There's been some great casters in there. Prizes include an Anza fillet knife, Seagar fluorocarbon package, and a full-day trip on board the San Diego. So some great prizes, and then best of that, the big winner of the casting contest is going to be eligible for one of our 8 mega grand prizes that we talked about earlier, that AFTCO shopping spree, Maui Jim sunglasses and Anza fillet knives, Tranks 400, Shimano Speedmaster 12 and 16, trips on the San Diego, a blackjack charter, and that mega grand prize, a trip for one to Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska for any trip next year. Some really cool stuff going on. Any
available trip in 2022, but once you win that, you better call fast.
Yeah, no
Kingfisher
doubt.
Charters, popular spot. Well, it's time for the catch report.
You got it, buddy. Let's find out what's biting out there today. Our FishDope.com report, sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Not only do they offer the best processing for your fish when your trip returns to the San Diego landings, as well as your private boat catch, but now with Fish Pros The Market, you can purchase fresh fish. They have smoked and jerkied fish, the spices, rubs, smoked cheese, their famous tuna burger, and that amazing poke kit. It's all available at their new location in Old Town on Taylor Street. Call for details or order online at fishermansprocessing.com. And we got the man, our private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish, is standing by. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Ricky, Pete, and Guess.
Mark.
So here we are, guys. You know, start of the long Labor Day weekend with nice weather and some pretty darn good fishing to be had in multiple areas. So I'll just start local here close to home for our smaller boat guys out there on the Horseshoe, Isers, and the structure spots off Huntington Beach. There we got some better conditions, and bass fishing's been pretty darn good. Sprinkled barracuda mixed in. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a yellowtail or two caught around the Mussel Farm here this weekend. But that's fun stuff, and it's close to home. Over at Catalina, still pretty good signal on that good grade yellow at the island. Now, this is the holiday weekend. It's nice weather, so you got to know that front side is going to be wiped out with boat pressure. But fortunately, a lot of what was caught yesterday and the day before there was around the back. The backside east, that sector towards the middle there, Freddy's, and the kelp line at Salta Verde and Orange Rocks like that, those were all holding some of that nice yellowtail. And then up west, around Pedestal Rock and a Screaming Monkey there also had some of that good great fish. So, Sarah, honest to God, you got to be there.
Screaming Monkey, huh?
You look up on the hill, and the way the rock formation is, it looks exactly like a chimpanzee with his head kind of laid back screaming at somebody. Honestly,
that's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's in the book. We're, the Catalina book in the gray. You guys can find it there. And over at Catalina, a little bit of yellow scattered around us. San Clemente over there. Yellow scattered around, a little bit less this week. In terms of bite, conditions been a little off, not a lot of current. And still a little bit of that bluefin mixed in with them there, but a little less than we'd seen here in previous days. And then as for those tuna fish, oh, boy. Now, close to Long Beach here, we've still had a little bit of a show, mostly afternoons between the rigs and the Avalon bank like that. And it's catchable size, 20 to 50s and 60s, biting poppers, biting the smaller metal jigs there, biting some bait there. Don't see much in the morning, but mostly comes up late in the day. And then off San Diego, outside the 302, up to the 182, and then out to the corner like that, kind of a new little area. Bluefin showed up in there. They saw quite a bit yesterday. Didn't catch much, but that's bluefin being bluefin. And you want to definitely throw a cedar plug around in there. You might catch a yellowfin while you're in there looking around. And then way out west out there on the Tanner Bank, them big boys are biting, man. I had some incredible reports about some of my friends and customers on the tanker grade fish out there. Nighttime was definitely the right time. Those fish are mostly biting the jigs, bigger jigs, some on bait, but definitely flyers, both live, dead, real, and fake, were the answer on that big fish out there on the bank. And, man, there were some nice ones caught. So there's just a lot going on, guys. You know, we might catch a swordfish. Somebody might catch a few more marlins. It's kind of a weird marlin season this year, but it's trying to get going a little bit. And, you know, it is a holiday weekend. We got good weather and fishing, and I think you got to go fishing, guys.
Yeah, and, of course, fishdope.com. And now is the time you got to have fishdope.com. You want to stay up on what's going on. Fishdope.com is your source. $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup Now, lowercase, no space. Hookup Now is your $20 code. And, Mark, how do we find you?
Well, Pete, we're in Huntington Beach. We're on the corner of Pulsa Chica and Editor. And the phone number at the store is area code 714-840-4262. And the website is PacificEdgeTackle.com. And I'm going to go look at a whole different area and catch the yellowfin tuna here. So
all right.
We'll give you a report next week. Yep.
All
awesome,
right. You go get them and let us know for sure. Start that stuff.
Know.
Make it bite, would you please? All right. Hey, thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. Hey, while we're waiting for Marcos, Ricky's got another great text.
Yeah,
right?
This one was from Mike in Gardena. It says, for the Cedros folks, Katie and Ron, the yellowtail fishing, is it done with surface iron and plugs, or is it mostly done with live bait? And is your success on the day based on the ability to make live bait in the morning?
Jeff's number one answer for that is the SP minnow. That is his go-to for everything down there. But it's very typical. The blue and white and the mint green jigs on the surface is I see that a lot. They're very successful. We don't fish a lot of live bait because the lures are just, that SP minnow works all the time. And then the surface iron, not much yo-yo. It's mostly the surface iron.
Do your kayaks have bait tanks?
Yeah, you can take bait, but
yeah,
we typically don't.
Do the Pongas have the ability to have bait?
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
We made bait
2
days on one day each trip that I went on.
Yeah.
And having bait was great. You know, I caught yellowtail on bait. Yeah, no, it was fun.
But when they're biting the lures, that's even more fun, right?
And, you get those flat falls in the right colors, that blue sardine. Ooh. That thing is amazing down there. I don't want to say numbers because everybody's thinking I'm a liar, But,
I think that for sure.
But on so many casts with those flat falls, and you time it to a certain depth and bring them in, the flat falls are working really good. I caught them on SP minnows naturally. Yeah. And it just amazes me how good the fishing is there. Bait it takes a little extra time.
Sure.
We pulled out of the harbor, had sabikis going. We loaded up with bait in 15 minutes one day. So it can be hard, but it depends on what you want to do. And Jeff's flexible to, whatever kind of fishing you want to do.
And I get where Mike's coming from, because there are definitely areas of Baja sometimes times a year on those Tony Reyes trips. If you're not able to make bait, that's the trip. The trip depends on that. And so I get where he's at. It is very rare that live bait is not readily available at Cedros. And one of the reasons there's so much fish there is because of the amount of bait that surrounds that island. So it is often very easy to get it. It's just equally as often not necessary.
It's remarkable the life that surrounds that island. I was in awe one day. I just kind of stopped fishing and looked at the aquarium that is Chester's Rock and couldn't believe that I was staring, 50 feet to the bottom, and I just saw so much life there. It's remarkable.
And when we were making the bait that day, we went 2 miles further down where the yellowtail were, so we're right in the yellowtail. And then it started raining from the bottom.
Totally.
Acres of bait.
Cool.
It's kind of weird. It's like you throw in a lure and they're more keyed or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those surface irons work pretty good. The SP minnow and the flat fall. I was catching yellowtail on everything.
Wow, fantastic. All right. Mo from Vista. Mo, thanks for joining us here at El Cajon Ford. And always nice to see Mo down from Vista.
What's up, Mo?
Tommy P's getting the stacks going here.
Good morning, guys. I just want to thank Fisherman's Landing for the trip that I won on the Liberty.
Awesome.
Nice.
I went out last Tuesday.
That was when Carl was on, right? That's some guy named Carl Schmidt. Do you know him, Katie?
I'm a fan of Carl Schmidt.
Yeah, are you? Yeah.
Yeah. But it was slow, but I managed to get 2 out of the 12, so
Nice.
It was a good day for me.
Nice.
So I just want to thank Fisherman's Landing for the ticket.
Very
That's cool,
nice.
Mo.
All right. Andy from Bay Park is up next. Good morning, Andy. Thanks for coming down to El Cajon Ford. Nice to see all the great group of people here and all the surrounded by all these beautiful Ford cars and trucks. I want to thank the San Diego County Ford dealers and our buddy Paul Dyke here at El Cajon Ford. Real fishermen, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
I've fished with Paul before, and they're great people here at the El Cajon Ford. Real fishing folks.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I want to thank you guys for throwing this event. You guys are awesome. My question is, how do you rig the best setup for fishing the sea bass at night? There's been squid off our beach. And
There has? Just joking.
I'm sorry,
Just
it's a
kidding.
secret.
Yeah, no, just kidding.
Anyways, line test, hook size, balloon rigs, set them at different depths. Is that the ticket? Or
I mean, always will do work for sure. It'd be difficult to say that a squid and a jig is better than a lead head and a squid. A lot of it depends on where that fish is set up, and you'll often see it on the meter at a similar depth. So hanging a bait, via a balloon is a good way to go. But on the most recent bite, the best thing for most people is just an old school dropper loop with a squid pinned on a torpedo sinker and some 40-pound. I mean, nothing special, nothing super techy.
Okay.
With sea bass, you can and will catch them all ways, and depending on the conditions, sometimes you need to adapt to that. If that fish is real high in the water column or real deep, you might need to change technique. But lately, just a dropper loop and some 40-pound and a live squid, it was just the way to go.
Yeah, I got caught up one time I fished at Channel Islands, and I was trying to be finesse and do all this stuff, and ladies and kids were next to me with dropper loops catching them left and right, and I couldn't hook one.
Overthinking it.
That's sea bass fishing.
Yeah.
And I might also draw your attention to our YouTube channel, Let's Talk Hookup Radio Show. You can link it on the letstalkhookup.com website.
Okay.
Up on the top right, we have links to all our social. But we have a YouTube video done by Brandon Hayward with the Brandon Bobber, which is a great method for fishing instead of a balloon, a little more stealthy approach to fishing sea bass on the balloon with squid. So that's a good one. And then I also, I just finished up a quick video on our Queen Charlotte Safaris trip on our YouTube channel. So check all those out.
Cool. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for coming to El Cajon Ford. Let's go ahead and jump into those phones, Rick.
You got it. How about next up?
wait a minute. We got Marcos.
Oh, Marcos on the line. All right, good deal. We'll continue our catch report. We got Marcos from C4 Sport Fishing standing by. Good morning, Marcos.
Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing today?
We're doing great.
Hey, you were MIA last week.
Yeah, we had a little busy there. I tried to call, couldn't get through, and I forgot to call back. So I forgot to give you a
that's okay. Yeah, it's crazy time.
Let me guess, great fishing.
There was some okay fishing this week, I guess. The Apollo came back this morning off a 2.5 day. They had 16 fish of 150-pound plus on those bluefin, and 7 of them at 200-pound plus. So there's definitely still some big fish out there. Not as big of numbers, which is kind of normal when you start seeing those bigger fish. But those longer trips there, though, overnights, a day and a half, like, so scratching away at those bluefin. The Voyager had 47 on their last 3-day trip, with 3 of them over 200. Seeing, a little bit of yellowtail on those trips also, so very good fishing on there. And, I mean, we're in September here, and they're still catching big bluefin. And it's not like, usual, we see some early season, some late season. We've been catching those fish since March and April, really, so it's very good fishing on those. full-day trips, we've got the Sea Watch, generally fishing offshore to San Diego Fishing Islands, a nice mix there. Taking some of those bluefin on the offshore trips earlier in the week. The Sea Watch had 12 on one of those. San Diego Fishing Islands, still catching those yellowtail, a little bit of bottom fish mix in there, picking away at those fish there. So, again, it's been good fishing all year, and it seems to be carrying on here, especially some nice weather. Half-day trips, still catching those bass, seeing some calico bass, rockfish, bottomfish. Saw some bonito yesterday. And overall, I mean, like you said, great fishing, what we've been seeing all year. And
awesome.
No real lulls. Occasional, 1 or 2 day stretch here or there where the fish might be tough, but we've had consistently good fishing all year, and it doesn't look like it's stopping now. So definitely check the website, seaforthlanding.com. We have our full schedule up there for those 1 days, the day and a half, some of those longer trips, the full days, the half days, all up there. Can give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. More than happy to help you guys out, get you out there fishing. Come down, visit us in person here at the tackle shop. Check it out there, get your gear set up, and get out there fishing.
Awesome, Marcos. What a killer report. Big fish. So much fun here and all the goings-on down at Seaforth. And I know it's been a very busy time, but still opportunities to get out and jump on some of these boats and get in while this big fish is still happening?
Oh, yeah.
And you never know what you're going to get. You might get, limits of a nice 15-pound yellowtail one day and 200-pound bluefin the next day. So, it's like have that gear ready. You got to be set.
You ready, Ron?
I'm ready.
Yeah, there you go. People ask us what gear's working. It's, it sounds like a cop-out, but we say everything.
Yeah.
It's size 2 and size 4 hooks one day, and it's, heavier jigs the next day, maybe a 8-ounce sinker rig. So, we'd love to give you specifics, but pretty much, not just trying to sell stuff for Dustin Tack Shop there, but bring it all.
Well, great job, Marcos. We appreciate a killer report. One more time, shoot us a number if somebody wants to call you and book a trip at Seaforth to get in on this action.
619-224-3383. And like I said, I've got to get better at this. Check us out on social media. It's pretty much at Seaforth Landing everywhere. See pictures, see, constant updates there. So definitely check that out. Get your gear ready and get out there fishing.
Awesome. Great job, buddy. Appreciate that, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
I'll talk to you then, guys.
All right. That's going to wrap up our catch report for now. Sponsored by Anza Knives, handcrafting knives in the USA for over 3 decades. Just a couple miles from where we're sitting right now is the home of Anza Knives, and those guys have been building knives right there for the longest time, and just absolute quality and perfection. Check out the Fish Pro series and that custom bluefin and yellowfin from Anza Knives, made from high-carbon steel, which holds a great edge, and they're easy to sharpen. Anza Knives are the finest fillet knives ever produced, and also offers knives for military, law enforcement, and hunting. Check anzaknives.com for more details and get the Fish Pro series available at Fisherman's Processing.
All right. Hey, Wayne from Point Loma. Thanks for coming down, Wayne. Always nice to see you at our live broadcast here at El Cajon Ford. Appreciate you.
Good morning.
Hey, Wayne.
Pete, the last time you had a live, I told you I was going down to Key West to fish with my buddy Alan Petrosic, who is the president of the Jose Wahibi Memorial Foundation this year. He had just come back from ICAST, representing the foundation up at ICAST in Orlando.
Nice.
And we fished all day. It was pretty slow fishing. We got one nice Dorado, but had a great time seeing him. We did talk about the fact that you'd been down there with Jose back in the past.
Yes, did a live broadcast from Jose's house.
If you ever want to go back down there and do something with the foundation, he'd be happy to accommodate you.
Great.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. After COVID. I'm not going near Florida right now.
Listen, it was like going to another country and being on vacation.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
There was no problem.
Key West
there were no masks. We had a great time.
Key West is a beautiful spot.
It was terrific.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see you down there sometime. Let me know if you want me to facilitate something.
All right. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate that very much. All right. Phones are packing up, Ricky.
You got it. Let's jump into them. Talk to Mike. Mike's calling us from Torrance this morning. Good morning, Mike. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning. Happy Labor Day to everyone. I want to thank you guys very much. You guys gave me a trip on the San Diego. I went Monday. It was wonderful. It was a long day driving down from Torrance to catch yellowtail. We got 88 on the boat. I caught my limit. Had a wonderful time. The scrambled egg heavy jig was working good on the yo-yo. You guys also gave me a reefer jacket and an Asco fillet knife I cut the fish up with when I got back and manicured them for sashimi. So a lot of my buddies enjoyed the yellowtail also. Hope you guys have a wonderful 30th anniversary coming up. And I I'm off to the Cortez or off to the Tanner on the Constitution tomorrow night. So wish me luck.
Right
Good
on,
luck.
man.
Get a big
That's cool,
one. What a
Mike.
great you're getting out on the water and having some fun. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Yeah, next Saturday, 1 week from today, we'll be celebrating our 30th anniversary on the air. It's going to be a fun show. It's just going to be Corey, Rick, and myself, and you, of course, all our callers and participation. So that's going to be our 30th anniversary celebration
cool.
1 week from today.
Congrats.
30 years.
I know that was.
Wow,
Yeah.
how'd that happen?
Oh, how did that happen, Ron?
I don't know.
Does that mean we're getting old?
No, I say it ain't so.
No, it ain't so. No, for sure. Hey,
I just want to jump on something that Mike had mentioned, and I just really like the way that he talked about catching his limit and getting his AFCO knife, and he clearly took really good care of his fish. AFCO's got a really cool product that's coming out that they won an award at ICAST for. It's an Ikejime kit. It's that we talked about a little bit with Maddie, but if you've been on the Royal Star or some of the other boats, that take like that premium quality care of their fish, when they run that cord down the after they spike a fish, they'll run a cord down the spinal column, which just kind of knocks out all the nerves that fire. It prevents rigor from ever starting in the fish, and just it's like the next. It's just yet again the next level of way to take care of the fish. Well, AFCO's got a kit that you're going to basically be able to buy that kind of shows where and how to do it. It's just a really cool product that those guys came out with. It's not super
and when's
well
that going to be
known,
available?
It was they came out at ICAST, and they should be shipping any time. I mean, I think we can expect it, almost now-ish. We don't have them yet, but certainly something that will be available, soon. I mean, I've seen them on a couple of boats and things like that. So
sure.
Yeah, but it's a really cool kit, and it's just like it's just yet again, it's that next step. And when you're on a private boat and you've got the time to do it, it's just the next evolution of keeping your super primo catch.
Sure, absolutely. All right, Scott from Bayho is here at Elkhorn Ford. Scott, thanks for coming down to Elkhorn Ford. Scott around still? We have Scott.
Scott might be out. No Scott yet. So
how about Eric from Poway? Eric Olas? Is Eric around?
Eric there. Here comes Eric.
There's Eric. Thanks for coming down to El Cajon Ford. Appreciate you very much.
Got me mid-donut.
That's okay, buddy.
Thanks to the cowboy for the donuts and cookies. Appreciate that, cowboy.
Thanks, cowboy. What's up, Eric?
My question is to all you guys. We've been spending some time on some three-quarter-day boats and actually the San Diego and stuff. And you see these guys on the bluefin. And I have a private boat. And what's the best place to set up, on a boat like after they're drifting and they're dropping their bait and all that, to not really bother them? I mean, there are places where you can go, like I asked the deckhands, where would you go and stuff like that, and they said, well, here or there. But what would you do? Where would you set up on a boat that's already been drifting, and you're a private boat coming? I mean, I don't want to be in jig range. Of course.
Yeah, I mean, upwind, so stay on the pointy end of the boat and stay two or three jig casts away from them if they're drifting. And if they're on anchor, I don't think that there's much of an appropriate spot for somebody because you're going to drift down on top of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay on the pointy end of the boat, on the upwind side, and just give appropriate amount of distance. I think
couple jig casts away.
Yeah, I mean, just it's one of those things that a lot of times that's going to be where the aggregation of fish are, anyways. On the outside, it's obvious you don't want to be within range of the people. You don't want to be below the boat in the chum line, affecting what those guys are trying to establish behind their boat. So above the pointy end is where you want to be by a couple of long jig casts.
Anyways, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the best place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just space. Space is the biggest thing, and oftentimes it's much better. I know Dave Hansen says it crassly and jokes about it, but it is the truth. Like, oftentimes you're so much better off spending the extra time and finding what they're on. You will just have such a better, like having all of a 50% bite is so much better than having 10% of an 80% bite.
They were getting so close at times that, as you're asking them, hey, where's your ticket? Right? Get on the boat.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Good luck, buddy. Appreciate it.
You said you have a good text.
Yeah, a great one came through. This one was from Phil in Costa Mesa. Question for Katie. Aside from the obvious species of Cedros, the calico bass and yellowtail white sea bass and seasonal tuna, what are some of the other exciting fish that we could look forward to on a trip late in the year, exotics, etc.?
One of the things that I love about it is I feel like any given cast, you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Jeff got a world record broomtail grouper, just fishing for other stuff. But we've seen, black sea bass, halibut. Kevin Nakata went down with a bunch of shrimp and was catching, giant sheep's head.
Like world-class sheep's head.
Huge. And that was kind of the thing, too. When he came down, he asked the guys, well, what's your goal? And some of the guys said, we kind of want to catch some sheep's head to bring back. And so the life there is incredible, and it's always there. And so, it's legendary fishing. And it's like now with the King Air, I can't believe that you can get down there in an hour and 15 minutes.
And that thing is fast.
We had a group of guys.
An hour and 15 minutes.
We had a group of guys that are deckhands on the local boats here just come down, and like on a swim bait, the guy caught a 74-pound black sea bass like an hour after getting on the island.
That's so cool.
And that's their relaxation. Like they're up here fishing with everybody, and that's their retreat. Is they went down to Cedros with Jeff. They'd been down before, and like they can't wait to come down again. That's their recreation, to go down.
That's cool.
It's fun. It's a great trip.
But there's Dorado now, and a lot of Dorado right now, and hopefully some of that pelagic stuff will come
maybe
through.
some wahoo, because last year there was some wahoo.
Yeah.
What are the availabilities right now?
I still have some space this year. I'm getting calls, people wanting to still come down. So I do have 1 or 2 spots on Corey's trip. He has 2 trips coming up in the beginning of October.
You mean you could go fishing on Cedros Island, the calico capital of the world, with the guy.
With the master.
God, somebody ought to be on that today.
Yeah, so I've got, I think, 1 spot on his first trip and 2 on the next one.
It's in October.
Yeah, the first couple weeks of October. Then Benny Florentino's coming down. His trips are full. But then I've got, some even full trips, like where I could take a group of 5 or 6 if you have some buddies and you want to go down.
And that's in October, November?
October, November.
Which last year was the best time of the year.
It really, why
best
do you think
weather,
Corey and Benny have all of October booked up? They know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah,
I really liked what you were saying, too, about, if you're in a corporate construction type scenario wanting to bring people down, because it's the perfect mix of it's such a small group that you're spending intimate time with the amount of people that you're wanting to bring down there, but still a fun fishing trip, still a good boys trip, still plenty good if you want to bring the girls down. But like it's only 6 of you. Like you all eat dinner at the same house. Everybody gets to go fishing. You give the guy a hard time about losing the big one. You celebrate all the fish that everybody caught. But I mean, it's still a small setting. Like you're really spending time when you're trying to bring customers and clients together.
It really is that kind of executive level experience that you can offer people.
Yeah.
Or family experience. Like I said, we had father sons come down, or this group of guys. I mean, it's a neat retreat almost, if you want to get away and bring some people down.
Yeah, no kidding. And I know there's a lot of there's several operations on Cedros, and I know you work really closely with Cedros Sport Fishing, Rosie over there on Cedros Sport Fishing, and you guys kind of work together on, if you can't accommodate somebody, you'll accommodate them through Rosie. You'll call Rosie and say, hey, Rosie, I got a guy, but I can't accommodate him, and vice versa. She'll do the same for you guys. And those really are the 2 only operations you should really go with in Cedros, because they are the best, they are the proven ones, and they're just
it's very streamlined what we've done.
Yeah. So working together with Rosie at Cedros Sport Fishing and you guys, you work together and make sure that people are on the right trips, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, very good.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more texts, and a lot more stand-up to the mic questions. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090.
This is Pete, and I hear it all the time. That Jim and Mary at Poway Valley Collision are amazing. I took my car to Poway Valley Collision, mentioned Let's Talk Hookup, and they gave us VIP treatment, fixed our car, and even gave us a special price. Believe me when I say Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. At some point, your car will need a body repair, and I'm confident in saying it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. Our listeners can save hundreds of dollars on your next car or truck repair. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, Wawanesa, and more. All you do is call Jim, Mary, or any of their team members, and they do all the rest. No hassles, just top-notch work and VIP treatment. When you take your car or truck to Poway Valley Collision, the job and experience will be top-notch. Get it fixed right at Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
One of the dream trips for most anglers is Alaska. There are so many lodges. How do you make a choice? It's easy. Choose the one most Let's Talk Hookup listeners return to time after time. Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, and the finest charter captains in Sitka. All for the ultimate value. One visit and you will understand why nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. Sitka is famous for some of the best runs of salmon in Alaska. And if giant Alaskan halibut is your target, the expert captains at Kingfisher Charters know the hot spots and can put you on a fish of a lifetime. Plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod are there too. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. It's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except tips. It is truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
Hi, this is Scott Sherman for Snap Insurance. I'm back from City Hall and ready to help you with all your insurance needs. I can provide you with the best in boat insurance at the lowest rates. But there's more to a policy than just a low rate. I know the coverage you need and will make sure your boat and property are covered right. Work with us to wrap your home, auto, and boat policy to save even more money. We can also help you with your commercial or business insurance. Call me, Scott Sherman, at Snap Insurance, 619-908-3100 or snapins.com.
For quality, the Islander out of Fisherman's Landing is a favorite among anglers. But Islander Charter is much more than great fishing. They also do incredible Guadalupe white shark diving trips, as well as a schedule of kayak mothership trips. Check out islander-charters.com. The Islander is San Diego's leader when it comes to 1 1/2 to 5 day fishing. Experience the Islander difference. Visit islander-charters.com for all the details. For your next fishing adventure, check Point Loma Sport Fishing. They offer half-day trips on the Daily Double and full-day trips on the Mission Bell every day. Perfect for novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips on the American Angler, Vagabond, Intrepid, Independence, Loan, T-Bird, Game Changer, and more. Visit PointLomaSportFishing.com where you can purchase tickets online. Want to go fishing? Point Loma Sport Fishing has you covered.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. We're having a great time here this morning. We're live at El Cajon Ford. So much stuff getting given away in the raffles. We got all the big prizes going on. This is just a great day, man. Having a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure. You know, I got to tell you, that new Ford Ranger, look at that. Check that car over there. That blue one here at El Cajon Ford. That is a good-looking truck right there. And it's available here at El Cajon Ford. But look at that color is great.
Yeah, a little bit of lift on there, some nice big wheels and tires. That's a good-looking truck.
That Ranger's it's a real truck, man. It's small, but it's not big.
And surprisingly affordable. In this world of, new cars and trucks costing so much money, the, Ranger, very easy on the budget, great on fuel economy. That's a really cool ride.
So if you want a really cool ride, come on down to El Cajon Ford and check out that Ranger we're talking about. It's very, very nice. And they have special deals and incentives going on this weekend for the Sellathon Labor Day weekend. So check it out. Hey, Jesse from Lakeside is here, right next to your hometown here, Jesse. Tommy P, can you help him lower that mic, please? All right. Thanks for coming down.
Katie.
There, Katie. Good job. All right,
Tommy
Katie.
P, you're fired.
Yeah.
What's up, Jesse?
I just wanted to know what's your favorite spot to catch black sea bass?
I would say, Ron?
Punta Norte.
It's at Cedros Island.
I watched I watched two of my buddies reel up two giant fish on kayaks on Punta Norte.
Big as he is?
Well, he actually weighs 110 pounds, and Jeff has this scale that's very accurate, and this black sea bass weighed 108 pounds.
You want to catch a black sea bass?
I don't know. How much do you weigh?
I'm not sure.
So you need to go down to Cedros Island Fishing Charters and jump on a trip with Jeff and Katie and Ron and go down and catch one of those big black sea bass that's bigger than you are.
It could happen.
Yeah. You ready for that?
If a guy was wanting to target that, kind of add it to your trips, mix it in, is that something that would probably behoove them to make a tank of live mackerel with?
Absolutely. It's always good to have live mackerel. Johnny was out, and he didn't have a sabiki, so he took a small little spoon.
Okay.
He pedaled over just a giant meatball of mackerel. He jigged one up, just like you'd do at La Jolla.
Right.
Brings it to his kayak, pins it on, and just trolls around the bait ball.
How cool.
And that's where he caught the 108-pound black sea bass. I couldn't believe it going into the boat.
All right, Jesse, thanks for coming down.
That was a good question.
Appreciate that. Dave and Poway. Dave's here. Thanks for coming down to El Cajon Ford, Dave. Appreciate you stepping up to the mic. And Katie's like the mic master.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Tommy really is fired now.
Yeah.
What's up, Dave?
Yes. Good morning. Katie, I've got a question for you. So, been to Cedros a few times now, and my question is this. I know that my wife Janelle has sent things down for like the kitchen staff and whatnot. So I wondered if you had any suggestions of things besides monetary tips or tackle that we always seem to we always tip and always leave a little tackle. But are there any other things that aren't available to the staff down there that might be a good thing to take along on a trip and gift them with?
That's a cool question.
I mean, right now it's interesting because they can't come up here. So I've been sending baby clothes down to one of the captains because he's about to have a baby. And, the things that I notice they always need, fit tape for their fingers. All those little conveniences that we have are not necessarily readily available there. So, the tackle, we have a tackle shop there. We send stuff down. But I just noticed little things like that. They love gear, you know what I mean? Like the swag that comes from up here, they love when we send down AFCO and things like that. So any of that kind of stuff, I think, really blesses them. And then just finding out, like I said, like one of our captains is about to have a baby. So I've been, just sending hordes of baby clothes down and things like that. New aprons for the kitchen staff, like all of that kind of stuff that we can get so easily is not readily available there. And I know we've done things before. We've brought fishing tackle down for the kids, and Jeff has done like a kids fishing seminar. He did a soccer thing with them down there. So right now, because of COVID, we're not really going into the town and mingling with them, but as things progress, there's things like that you can really go down and bless the people of the island. And it's one of the things that Jeff is passionate about, because there's no Amazon, there's no Walmart, and so all of those conveniences that we have, it's like you can really do great things.
So you could call, if you're going down, call Katie and she'll kind of give you a list.
Yeah, I think somebody suggested chocolate one time too.
Chocolate
seemed like a good idea.
Yeah.
How can you go wrong with chocolate?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, thanks, Dave. Appreciate you coming down very much. Let's go ahead and jump back on the phones or text or whatever you think. Ricky?
Yeah, no problem. Let's jump back into the phones and talk to Dana. Dana's calling us from Ocean Beach this morning. What's up, Dana? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Great to talk to you again. Just wanted to check in. I have my trip coming up to Cedros in October.
Right.
And I might actually be lucky in going with Corey, who was my roommate on the Islander last time.
Sweet.
So,
wow,
very excited about that. My question is, I love catching a variety of stuff, everything. So, how do you narrow it down to a few setups to take? What should I take? I'm thinking maybe 3 rods total.
Don't take clothes.
Don't take clothes?
No, take just your tackle. Yeah, you just take your trunks.
Now, they'll do your laundry down there, too, right,
Oh,
Katie?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you don't need a lot of clothes. You
What
need
about
2
rods and
changes,
reels?
and you're good.
So that's one of the things is we sent down a bunch of rods this year. So if you just want to bring your reels, like Rick said, that Tranks series, all of those are really great. People don't usually bring heavier reels, and I was kind of confused at first, like, why don't you bring these beefy reels? And you're making thousands of casts a day, and it kind of started to make sense to me that lighter gear, and it can handle it. Like Johnny got that sea bass, on just the lighter tackle. So I would say 4 is really what you need to bring. 4 reels, a couple bait casters, and then just a little bit bigger one to handle some of that bigger stuff. But we have rods down there, or you can bring them. Nobody really brings anything to, I think 9 foot is the longest I've seen go down. So
But no problem on the new plane with a rod even up to 9 feet?
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about having our own plane now. Previously there was charges for bringing that stuff, which is why we sent rods down. But now, there's no weight fees, there's no rod fees, there's no extra charges on this plane.
No sitting around waiting for the flight.
No,
you just grab and go, right?
Yeah, it's just streamlined the process, because Ron and I have both been down through Ensenada, and it's a nice travel day. We stop for breakfast and stuff like that.
But you want to go down there and get fishing.
The only complaint I ever had is that it was taking too long to get there. And now we've eliminated that. Yeah. And so, and there's no extra fees. It's all included. So you can bring your rods and reels, but
that was always my and Rick's issue with the trip was, man, you waste a whole day going in and stuff like that. Now, with you guys and Cedros Sport Fishing, that's not an issue anymore.
And going
through CBX.
Going in was lesser the problem. Coming home was just like, because you just never knew what the border was going to give you. And sometimes it was smooth, and you'd hang out and you'd get a churro and a Coke, and you're across the border in no time. Other times it was
pretty brutal. We've really eliminated that. And the captain that's flying our plane is so nice. He loves us. He loves our people. I mean, he's part of the family now. We've really partnered with him, and he's just so cool. Part of our crew. He's actually coming down next in a couple weeks and going to stay with his dad for the weekend at the house.
And that King Air, that's a deluxe plane.
Yeah, that's a very nice
is. You feel like you feel like
a billionaire.
You're living large. It's pretty funny. We stretched out, and the clients on our last trip, especially Sal. Sal couldn't keep his hands off of anything. He was moving seats out, moving them up. I'm going, my goodness, there's a table there. And this thing is like, it's the deluxe. Coolest plane.
I mean, you could play cards, but there's really not enough time to do anything, because you're literally up in the air, and then you're descending, and you're there.
We didn't have time to even get done with the windows. The windows, as you turn the window, they get darker.
Hey, Ron, who was that guy you just mentioned?
Sal
Donnie? He's on the line. Good morning, Sal.
Oh, his ears are burning.
What's up, Sal?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, great. How was that trip?
Hey, it was good. I don't really have a question. I just wanted to call in and say that, Jeff, the Cedros Island fishing charter was world class. It is easily the best fishing trip I've ever been on. From the minute you meet up with Katie, the second she picked us up at the end was just top notch. The food, the fishing is just, there's not even words to describe. Unbelievable. You never know what you're going to get.
Wait a minute. Katie picks you up at the CBX?
Well, we are still meeting at Fastlane Kayaks, and we're actually transporting you to CBX. So it's like door-to-door service, so you don't even have to drive down there and pay for parking there. We're just kind of shuttling you down to CBX and then meeting you when you come back.
Wow. Perfect. What service?
Door-to-door.
Yeah,
pretty nice.
No question. It was easy peasy. Great time.
And what was it like fishing with Ron? Was that a hassle?
Ron is one of those people you meet in life and you go, just, wow, man, I could spend quite a bit of time having thrown him back and hanging out with Ron. What a good time.
Yeah, it's the truth, man. I agree with you 100% for sure. Hey, thanks for the nice kudos there. Appreciate that. I think maybe another guy who was on your trip, Richard Chapman's on the line. Good morning, Richard.
Ron, how you doing?
Hey, so were you on the trip with Sal?
No, I have yet to be on the trip. I just booked my trip with Katie for October.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Are you going with Corey? No.
No, Benny will be down
He's
there.
going with Benny.
Going with Benny Florentino?
How fun.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I've been trying, Richard. I've been trying to get you to go on this trip for years. What happened? How did you finally do it?
Yeah, you finally convinced me. With the great service I got from Katie, it was I had to go. She did everything under the sun to get me to fly out of that CVX area, so we couldn't turn her down.
That was the game changer. I know. I worked really. Corey actually helped me kind of make some connections down there and find this plane. But I mean, flying that King Air is just that put Richard over the edge.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That was huge, Katie. But Ron, I have a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever? I know Cedros is a calico yellowtail jig. Have you ever ran into any tuna or dorado down there?
Oh, I have. In fact, this is embarrassing. I heard this loud noise behind my kayak, and I looked back and I watched one of my reels making a perfect dive into the water at about Mach 5. And I go, what the was that? And then about 30 minutes later, I caught my first yellowfin on a kayak, about 90 feet of water, just half a football field off the beach. It was amazing.
How cool.
Got towed all around. And then my oldest son, Jared, he caught one, and, naturally Jared's like, oh, I think I'll stand up and show you how big this is. And he's standing up in the kayak. This great photo of him that just won't go away. I see it everywhere.
Wow.
But, yeah, it's amazing fishing, and it can happen anytime. I watched Chris Minnick pull in his first yellowfin on a kayak down there. So any of that stuff can happen, and you never know what every trip's different.
And especially when you're going in October, that's when you're going to get the exotic, the yellowfin, the dorado, the wahoo.
Well, exactly, Pete. We're on this yellowtail bite that's like crazy, and we get a call in. We were on the Ponga that day. We get a call in that right off of the harbor, just right in front of the harbor, there's a giant patty with dorado all over it.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I was just up in Montana with my buddy Paul Poor, and we were talking about how September and October are the best months to be anywhere.
Yeah.
In the northern hemisphere, right? Or maybe in the southern hemisphere too. I don't know, but in the northern hemisphere, September, October.
And
everything bites. The weather's good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Speaking of September and October, I looked at Katie's sheet here right in front of her. And she has openings this year. If any of you guys are sitting there on your couches wondering what you should be doing, I'm telling you right now, call Katie.
Yeah, get on.
She'll make it so easy for you. And I got to tell you, this is a bucket list trip. Totally. You'll come back and you'll thank us.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Richard, thanks for joining us this morning. Appreciate that very much.
Thank you very much. You guys are a class outfit. Thank you.
All right, great. Hey, Steve from Fallbrook is next up at the mic here. Thanks for coming down, Steve, to El Cajon Ford. Been going fast this 2 hours.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Steve. Happy Labor Day, everybody.
Thanks for supporting CCA with your shirt there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, when Wayne was speaking earlier, SafeFishing.com, I signed up.
There you go.
Nice round.
Hopefully
you're spot on with 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It's super easy.
It's super easy. Yeah. SaveFishing.com. You got to sign the petition. Yeah, you got to sign that petition.
And then, Katie, one of the callers asked my question, but I was, I'm totally wanting to travel light, and it sounds like just your reels, your tackle. Is this a milk crate type deal? I've never kayak fished. Can you one day on a kayak? Another day on a Ponga? How does that work?
I mean, absolutely. So when we say travel light, like most guys bring just a backpack and maybe a tackle bag. But what's really nice too, Ron said, we have the tackle shop on the island, which is fully equipped with everything you need. And it's not like a price gouge thing. Jeff charges what you would pay here. So, like recently the guys, all their plastics got chewed up and they had to go get more. Or, they see him fish the SP minnow and all of a sudden they want one, they got to go get one. So, just a small bag. The roller, like a small roller bag is nice too, only because you're walking across the bridge to CBX. But throw your reels in the bag, keep them on the top because you're going to start fishing right away. But if you don't even want to bring rods, and like Pete said, we have laundry service. So if your stuff gets really soiled, we can run it through the wash so that you don't need to bring a lot of stuff. Wear your fishing stuff down there because you're going to get on the plane and you're going to get off the plane and start fishing. So don't dress up for the plane or anything. And, we have the crates that go on the kayak. Like I said, I never fished a kayak in my life, and everyone encouraged me to try it, and I got in there. So it's totally novice friendly, and I caught fish on the kayak. So, I would definitely go down and do it again. But it's mix or match. Jeff will sit down with everybody at the end of the evening and kind of talk about the next day plans. And if, you want to kayak fish, then they load up the kayaks, and he just preps the guys and they get everything ready. If you want to go chase yellowtail, you go chase yellowtail. So
wow.
So on our last trip, there was a lot of us that wanted to just kayak fish. And so, the third and fourth day, or second, third, and fourth day, we kayak fished. But the first day, we went Ponga fishing. Now, half of the group wanted to Ponga fish. And those guys just got into it. I mean, I know Sal was on the boat. They caught limits of yellowtail, limits of white sea bass. Then they go over and catch these incredible calicos up in these, little areas. And, I wasn't wanting to be doing that, but I got to kayak fish. So they have 2 pangas, 6 kayaks. You can load them up, and you can fish any way you want. You could do both things in one day. It's just so custom.
Well, I'm anxious to demo one of the kayaks. So
yeah, you want
sounds like a perfect opportunity.
It's better sign up for sure, right? Hey, just about 30 seconds left for Fred in Claremont. Fred, you have a quick question?
Yes. Good morning.
Fred.
Actually, I just got back on the Let's Talk Hookup yesterday. And just to, kudos to the whole. Yes. But kudos to everybody on board, passengers and crew. Bob was exceptional. Actually, he was my bunkmate, and he's a wealth of knowledge. And to top it off, I caught a 184 dressed bluefin tuna.
Nice. Man, what a trip you guys had. Great weather.
Catch of a lifetime.
Lots of opportunities to catch big ones. And I'll tell you what, that searcher crew, Mike, Captain Mike, and the whole crew, and the food and everything, they do a great job, don't they?
Oh, yeah, exactly. And to top it off, I'm 74. So
74.
It was a little bit of a hassle.
Wow.
That used to sound old.
That's a cow, man.
220, 210 pounds.
It didn't kick my ass, but I was tired.
Well, congratulations. That's great. Well, thanks for joining us, and thanks a lot again to the Searcher crew and SearcherSportFishing.com. You want to go with them.
That's cool. Hey, when we come back, we got all kinds of stuff to give away. You stay tuned. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090.
If you're looking for a high-quality cocktail that's also easy to enjoy on your next fishing trip, check out Cutwater Spirits' lineup of canned cocktails. Cutwater's master distiller and co-founder, Yusuf Cherney, is a hardcore fisherman. In fact, he developed Cutwater with all his favorite adventures in mind. Yusuf takes Cutwater's award-winning spirits, uses them to make real cocktails, and then puts them into cans so you can take them anywhere. It's like they were made for fishing because they were actually made for fishing. Check out their popular canned margarita made with real tequila, the zesty vodka mule, or the spicy Bloody Mary, which has some serious bite. They also make super refreshing vodka sodas in grapefruit, lime, and cucumber flavors. Just crack the can and enjoy a bar-quality cocktail even when there's no bar in sight. Back at the dock or at your evening anchorage in Catalina, Cutwater cocktails are exactly what you need for your next fishing trip. You can check out all 18 of Cutwater's canned cocktails at cutwaterspirits.com and then look for them at your local liquor store. Then go ahead and set your cocktail free. Please enjoy responsibly.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. Spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Don't give up on finicky fish and light bites. The secret to getting more bites is thinner leader for more natural presentations. That's where Seaguar Gold Label leader material shines. It's Seaguar's thinnest leader material yet. 18% thinner and 17% stronger than any other Seaguar leader. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural presentations for better catch rates on leader shy fish. With exceptional knot and tensile strength, this advanced leader material has been proven all season long on finicky tuna as big as 100 pounds on 40-pound tests. Get Seaguar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at Seaguar.com.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. We're live here at El Cajon Ford having a great time, and boy, what a wrap-up of just an awesome day and a great crowd and a lot of fun, Pete.
Yeah, and we just had the random winner drawn for the final qualifier. Dennis Julius Sr. is the qualifier. Congratulations to Dennis. And there's a 9-way cast-off for Arnie and Dave there going up for the final qualifier. So we won't have that until tomorrow morning. So
if they're lucky, they'll get it wrapped up by tomorrow morning.
If they have lucky. So, we better get on it, Arnie, for sure. And so that was great. Thanks to everybody for coming down this morning, and thanks to all the prizes that were given away and such like that, and congratulations to the winners. Ron and Katie, thank you very much, man. A lot of questions, a lot of interest in Cedros Island fishing charters, Cedros kayak fishing. Katie, again, there's some spots available, right?
Yeah, for this year, and if you want to get on next year's schedule, I would call me right away because it's really starting to fill up. So. And I feel like once you lock in your week, like everyone this year rebooked for next year, it's going to be one of those things where you lock in your week and
you're out. Yeah, you better get in. So how do we get a hold of you?
Give me a call, 760-913-9035, or I do have the website has next year's schedule up, and then the remaining trips in November are still on there.
Oh, so next year's schedule's already up.
Yeah, at CedrosIslandFishingCharters.com. You can go on there and see what's still available for next year and what's still available in November this year. If you want to go on one of those October trips, give me a call at 760-913-9035.
So there's actually something available in October.
Yeah, give me a call.
All right, that's fantastic. Well, sure excited. And Ron, if somebody wants to come see you, you have kayaks.
We have kayaks. And to add to what Katie just said is that this is a trip of a lifetime. Just call and get on
just
it.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, I can highly recommend it.
Totally.
If you have any kayak questions or what to bring down there about packing your bags or whatever, I've done it many times. Just call me at the shop. I'll be glad to share.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, CedrosIslandFishingCharters.com.
Yes.
And you can link that right through the Let's Talk Hookup website. And what a great time here. Thanks a lot to all the people here at El Cajon Ford, and thanks to our helpers, Dave and Arnie and the Cowboy and Tommy, and all of you, too. Thank you very much all for participating. Thanks to the San Diego Ford dealers. I sure appreciate all their support and such. And tomorrow morning, it's going to be a great show with John Island from Rancho Leonero. That's going to be great. We'll be back in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup 7 and 9 a.m. Thanks to Christian for manning the board and the phones today. And sure appreciate all the support here. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you tomorrow morning right back here on the Mightier 1090 and the Let's Talk Hookup app.